and Lando's 5-4.
Hmm. Lando had a really good season 7, but in season 8, he kind of got solved a little bit. He lost his first couple matches, but anyway, while I'm talking about Mr. Lando, let's go ahead and introduce him. The pink Terran in the top right corner of Daybreak. It is Mr. Lando for Team All Inspiration.
And in the bottom right, from Confederation, their ace player in the green, it is Sirentt. Sirentt, very good Protoss. I scouted out his PvP a couple of weeks ago when we were playing him, and my God, it was good. Like, it was stupidly good. I don't think there's a Protoss in the CTL that could have beat him. Not that that's relevant for this PvT, but
Right.
he was a very impressive. Like, this is going to be a very high quality match, I think.
I think so. With that being said, though, the TVP for Mr. Lando is something I don't know too much about. I do know
Mm.
his TVZ is really, really good, and
Yeah,
his
I know he's.
TVP is stellar also. But
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen him
kind
play
of
TvP.
me neither, really. So this is going to be a first for me. One thing is, I do know that it's not his favorite matchup, so um, we'll have to see what he did and how much practice he really got this week to turn that around as this game gets up and going with a gas first for Mr. Lando. So interesting right off the bat.
So jump straight into that factory tech. He could have actually one of his teammates on his academy, Enac from New Zealand, also a very good Protoss player. He could have been practicing with him, and Enac has some pretty solid PvT and more macro style as well. So he has probably a plethora of Protoss players to practice with who are very
Mhm.
high quality, and he plays a lot. As he said, he plays on the Korean server, so you know he's getting some high quality ladder games in.
Yeah, for sure. And he's always really helpful in team chat as well. So not just a good player, but also a good person. As far as like okay, so when we casted week 7, I was calling him Siren TT the whole time. So it's Sirentt,
Sirentt? Sirentt. Yeah, I would have
Sirentt.
said Sirentt.
Okay,
Sirentt or Sirentt? Sirentt? I don't know.
okay, yeah. So I'm just learning
I
now
don't
that I
know.
said his name incorrectly the first time. But he was really good playing against Stark, and we got to see some very quality games out of both players that time
Also,
too.
he
So
played Stark when you guys played last time.
yes,
Right.
in
How,
week
how did
7.
that go? Who won that game?
Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about that series, but it's one of the craziest series I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I actually would probably I think it's probably better for me to not tell you who won it and to get you to go watch it on your own. That's how good it was. But it was close and it was very very entertaining. So
There
hopefully
you
we
go.
still have an archive of that, and I'll direct you to it after if we do. If not, I'll just tell you then. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was really good.
Super fast factory for Lando. He's going to switch it off probably to get Hellions, I think. Maybe Widowmines, but I would think Hellions.
Yeah, Hellions are still good in TVP for sure, especially if they can get by the army and get into the probe line. So we'll see if that's what he's going to be doing here. Yeah, 2 Hellions on the way, followed up by a tech lab on that barracks. And he hasn't gotten that starport down, or is that what that SCV is doing? Nope. Going to go for an
Uh,
expansion. So
Command center. I wonder if this tech lab's for like a quick stim or if it's like for quick marauders or like combat shield. I don't know. This is new build and getting Widowmines behind it as well.
yeah, we're definitely going to find out for sure. Getting a
Yes.
Marine out of there, so I'm guessing most likely going to be for Stim, maybe?
Well, he's got the gas now for that upgrade. Stim.
Now
There
this
you go.
The Stalker
Stalker.
coming in to do a little bit of harassing. Luckily, these Widow Mines will be out pretty soon, though, and I don't think that it's going to be able to get too much damage done.
Might lose an SCV. Loses an SCV there. It's probably going to be the extent of the damage. The
Hellions are in
Hellions.
the main, though. Getting a couple shots, this Mothership Core is going to be key in defending this, but if they can get a couple key shots here, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. He's trying, though, and he does spot the Stargate, so whether or not he gets too many kills, the scouting is going to be pretty worth it. And he
Indeed.
managed to grab 3 probes with that last shot from that
Yeah.
Hellion, so...
Those SCVs were off the line for quite a while though, trying to push that Stalker back. Which they didn't. The Stalker is still alive.
nice
I like
pass.
I like Siren's opening here. He's Lando's getting Widow Mines, which will defend well against an Oracle, but if Siren goes up to 2 or 3 Oracles, and if he's super careful, he can fight those Oracles using the Revelation or Envision, one of the two, whichever spell it is that makes the Oracles see invisible stuff. I can never remember what it's called.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I think it's it's Envision. So
Envision, there you go. Revelation is the one that tags the army, I think. But yeah, Widow Mines, they are good at deflecting oracles because they do kill him in one shot. But their oracles are so fast, and if the Protoss is on top of his control, he can
I think he's
save
going
the
to get caught
oracles.
though. That Widow Mine is really
Yeah,
well hidden. Yeah,
well
right behind
placed.
that. Yeah, right behind that refinery. Nicely done by Lando there. So very minimal losses. A stalker gets
Oh,
taken out as well.
baited into that second Widow Mine. That was very clever from MrLando. I like this play out of him.
Yeah,
He's
this is
repositioning the Widow Mines now as well. They're putting him somewhere else, so he's actually going to go across the map with him by the looks.
well. It's going to be pretty well timed with Stim here. If that's what this whole thing was about, he's going to hit with a handful of Marines and a couple Widow Mines. Although it doesn't seem too powerful right now. I think he needs a little bit more to do anything. And a second Oracle coming out.
Yes, and turret coming down in the mineral line of Lando is going to be nice and safe now, not relying on those Widow Mines to defend, which allows him to take him across the map. But this is going to be spotted by the random sentry. That's going to die. That's not ideal for Sirentt. The sentry trying to run away from these Widow Mines.
He's trying to block it off, Zergling style, I think. Oh, that sentry is so dead.
Yeah,
Bam!
it
Taken
just
out there.
hurts
And
so
he's-
much.
Oh, nice
Frozen
up.
overcharge. Oh, Oracle's
Well, it
used the
used
bar.
yeah, it used its I think
Energy.
it used its vision.
Yeah. No, it didn't enable Envision yet. Envision, like, it lasts for like a minute.
Oh, okay. And that second, so there's lots of oracles here, and the thing is, Lando kind of has what he needs. It requires a little bit of micro in order to be used properly. A nice army placement, but he is getting a nice scout off here. This oracle's not going to be able to do too much here in the main with that turret going down. So Lando pretty well set up there, but he is going to have to take his whole army back home here.
Very unconventional TVP so far from Lando. He's got a random assortment of Widow Mines, a random assortment of Marines and Hellions. He's defending these Oracles well. He's getting a Viking and a Hellion, which is nice to kind of push this Oracle away, try and mitigate the damage a little bit.
Yeah, Viking comes out, takes out that oracle.
He's only lost 3 workers this entire time. So I think he's taken the better ends of this opening so far. The Sirentt's lost 2 Oracles. I think he still has a third. Yeah, still has a third back at home.
There's one moving across the right side of the map as
He's
well.
got 4. Bloody hell. He got 4 Oracles.
Yeah, which is probably not the most efficient for him. He hasn't been able to get too much damage done with these oracles, as we've already said. The way the turret is placed in the natural is a little bit easier for Sirentt. I almost called him Sirentt TT again. For Sirentt to get a couple SCV kills here.
Yeah, you
but
can
in
get
the
that
meantime-
gas geyser. The SCV's on the gas geyser pretty easily.
Yeah. But there are a couple Marines here. They're going to try to shoo him away, although they'll go down pretty quickly. But Lando's getting ready to put an attack on the natural here, which is pretty well defended as well by Sirentt. So both guys playing very good defense so far, I think.
There's enough for an overcharge. There's a cannon, there's an oracle, and he has stim, but
Oh,
he's actually well positioned here. I like that he's put the Widow Mines just outside the range of the overcharge.
yeah.
He's microing back. He's trying to force a fight, trying to force the army of Sirentt back into this Widow Mine, but it's well controlled by Sirentt not to do that.
There's a Viking just like inches away from this oracle. Will be able to pick it off here if it was paying a little bit better attention. I don't know. This game has been pretty tense so far. I think, like you said, Sirentt a little bit behind in terms of the way the openings went, but he's got a solid worker lead here, and even with mules, he's managing to maintain an income lead. So it's really going to be about who's ready to take a third base faster. And I think if Lando can take out this oracle over here, then he'll be able to set himself up for that a little bit sooner.
Sirentt's going for a very, very fast storm. He's skipping out on Colossus. He's going for a warp prison as well, so it could be for some storm drops, which is always nice. Has enough for an overcharge, probably needs to get on that as well. But storm is complete now. He has enough energy for storm as well, so that's gonna. Those Widow Mines do so much damage to the Protoss, so it just wipes all those shields.
It was better than an EMP there. It took off like all the shields on almost every unit there, and did some actual hit point damage as well. So yeah, I actually remember Sirentt going for the really quick storm against Stark as well, and it was something that really kept him in a specific game that happened. So
you don't really see it too often anymore, like because Widow Mines are just so strong against storm openings. In general, you're not often that you see them
this
in
Viking
play.
over here frustratingly close to that Oracle. It's just like, oh my god, why will you not shoot it? Second Oracle going across the map here. I think Lando might have spotted it with that army here, and still not going to be able to get too much work done with the turret in place. But after spotting it, Lando's going to, I don't know, he's kind of moving back and forth here. Not sure exactly what he wants to do.
It's a warp prism moving across towards the would-be third of Lando's. It does have a High Templar in there, ready for storm. And he's warping in a few zealots as well, looking to harass the natural of Lando.
Is that a good time, too? Because Lando's moving across the map here. He's going to try to put some pressure on his third base. And to be honest, he can probably get a cancel on it. But it's not really going to matter too much if, this Viking showing up at a key time going to shoo this Oracle away. And maybe
he gets the warp prism as well.
If he can kill that warp prism.
There. They're so fast, though, they can get away.
No, and Lando's not really reacting quickly enough. That Storm is going to go down on the SCVs. Wow, 4 SCVs going down already. And there's Zealots just ravaging everything. 8 workers going down total. And Lando's kind of in no man's land over here, just sort of in the middle of the map. And he's tagged as well, so Sirentt knows exactly what's going on. These Zealots are wreaking havoc in the natural. Lando finally moving into the third base here, but there's Storms here as well.
He needs Ghosts, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
His army control is very good. He's splitting up his army well to try and mitigate the storms as much as possible. And probably to mitigate the friendly fire damage from the Widow Mines. He is in a good spot though. He's going to try and hammer down this third. Sirentt needs to defend this. I don't think he can afford to lose it. As Lando's finally going to force a fight with these Widow Mines. As they do go off on the Zealots, wiping all their shields.
The storms.
Good storm.
Oh, man, he did a good job sort of staying out of range of the storms here, but finally Sirentt goes in with the High Templar and lands a money storm there.
Really well held there by Sirentt. He kind of waited to the last possible moment to defend his third.
There's a pretty big bioforce here for Lando, though. Like in terms of army supply, Lando's keeping right up with Sirentt, but he needs to get something going now, because if the longer he lets Sirentt sit back here with High Templar, Robo Bays are coming out now as well, or Robo Facility, sorry, with Blink and everything. We're in another situation where the longer you let that Protoss just macro up, the harder it is to win the game yourself.
I like that he's getting 2 Robo Facilities, so he can go double Colossus production. Massive fan of that.
Yeah, and Lando's not pumping out Vikings. Usually he's pretty good about getting those Vikings out, but he has really no need to right now because he doesn't know about the Colossi coming up here. But
massive
Lando moving in with it. Yeah, this is a doom drop for the Aegis. There's only 1 High Templar here, which will probably be able to take out one of these medevacs, but
2 cannons. He's got so many gateways, it's ridiculous.
Here comes the drop, though.
Does get 1 medevac before it even unloads, and a storm. Goes down mostly on Royal. There was a Viking in that medevac. That's so cool. Yeah, there's a landed Viking in there.
Oh,
does kill the Nexus. Yeah,
and he could
puts a Widow Mine down.
He's going to leave some bio.
Maybe.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, I think it was an okay trade there. I think it would have been great if he could get the High Templar, but he got the Nexus, got a few probe kills. Didn't get any of the attack though. Still behind.
Yeah, he's still only on 2 bases. He obviously has no intention. Again, right when I say that, he drops a third because he realizes he needs to at least get a third base because he's almost mined out.
It's just so late though. It's almost probably better for him just to lift his main off and go to a new base with it.
Probably. Some bioforces getting caught out in the middle of the map. You're getting trapped by these Zealots. Storm going down on 2 Marines. It's going to be enough to take him out. And Sirentt putting himself in a pretty good spot here. He's got the Colossi production. He's got minimal losses. He did lose the Nexus. Oh, another drop actually, by the way, back in the main, trying to do some more damage.
Storm comes down. Oh, it was mostly on Marauders though. Medivacs are super low now though. They can be picked off so quickly by these Stalkers. You can try and live, but this is not getting out.
No, it would have been good if he was...
deficit.
Yeah, and the thing is, this Nexus here too, there's not too many minerals left here, so wouldn't have even been that big of a deal, even if you got a cancel off on it. Trying to make something happen at the third now. The bio is here. Those Widow Mines need to burrow if they want to do anything. Lots of Zealots here, and I think that's way too much for Lando to take care of. Oh, getting sandwiched here by the High
Templar. And the feedbacks, and the Blink. Oh, does that Medivac get away? Just gets away.
Wow, things are not looking too good for Lando, though. Sirentt really having an answer for everything Lando's trying to do.
He's hunting these medivacs now.
At least he's able to unload them. Probably get an
Yeah.
Oracle for it, but there's a GG. Wow.
GG called. Sirentt